We finally have a sunny day at the campground, and so I've decided to block some things. Hi, welcome to CHeri Knits. I love knitting and I want you to love it too. Today I'm going to show you how to block a hat. It's really easy. A lot of people get intimidated when they think about blocking, but I'm going to show you how easy it can be. So when you're going to block something, you want to gather all your supplies. And today I've just brought all my blocking things out, even though I might not be using all of them for this hat. So you want to have a basin of water. You can use your sink. I've got this pink tub that works well. And you want to use lukewarm water for your blocking. And then of course your item that you're going to block, you want to have a towel handy because you're going to use it to get the excess water out of the item. For some things, you'll want to have blocking wires, and I have some blocking wires here from Fiber Dreams. You also want a good wool wash. I really like the Eucalyptus wool wash. This is my favorite. I've tried several kinds, and I always go back to this. I actually have two different sizes. This is the one I work with, and then I just keep refilling it from this. This will last you forever because you don't use very much when you block. And then you also want to have blocking pads. They're super helpful. And I have these great ones from Cocoa Knits that I got at Twisted Yarn Shop. They're really awesome. I love these blocking pads. And then they come with some blocking pins or T-pins. And I have put my T-pins in this cute little container. And so you want to have these special T-pins for your blocking. These are the things you need to have. Now let's block the hat. All right, so we have our tub here of water, lukewarm water, and you want to make sure that you have enough water in your tub to completely cover your item. When you put the item in the water, it's going to soak up some of that water, so make sure you have enough in there for it to soak up and still be covered. And then the first thing you're going to do is add your wool wash, and you just use about a teaspoon. Like I said before, I love the Eucalyptus. Wool wash is awesome because you don't have to rinse it out. So you soak your item in it, and then you just take it out, squeeze all the water out, and it's good to go. The wool wash has things in it that are good for your knitted items, for your wool. So I'm just going to use a teaspoon, or you can use that little cap to measure it out, but I just pour it and estimate. I do it like I bake, and I just sort of estimate a teaspoon. And it smells good. There's a lot of different scents for these. I like the eucalyptus, which I think is their original scent, but there's lavender and grapefruit and other things too. So then once you get that in there, kind of swish it around a little bit, and then take your item and put it in. Now, you don't just want to put it in and then walk away because it floats to the top. And it's okay if it floats to the top, but you want to help it. You can see those bubbles happening. You want to help the fiber soak up the water and be completely saturated in there. So I just squish it around a little bit until I feel like it's soaked up a lot of that good wool wash and water. And then, see, it's staying in the bottom now. Then you can leave it, and you want to leave it for about 30 minutes. And after 30 minutes, we'll come back and I'll tell you what to do next. All right, it's been about 30 minutes, and now it's time to take the hat out of its bath. And that's how you can think about soaking in this wool wash. It's like a spa day for your knitting. It's a bath. And some people would say, like, well, I'm not gonna block a hat, I'm just gonna wear it. And that's true sometimes. Like, I'll make a hat for my husband and he just wears it right away. But at some point you're going to have to wash it. And that's basically what blocking is. It's washing your item and then shaping it. Sometimes you just lay it flat to dry. Sometimes you want to use T-pins and wires, like with a shawl. But really it's blocking. It's all blocking, even if you're just washing and laying flat to dry. So now what we're going to do is take the hat out of the water, and anytime you lift a hand knit item, especially something with wool or animal fibers, you want to hold it really carefully. I'm going to get my towel ready. I'm going to lay out my towel, and then I'm going to just pick this up with both hands. I don't want anything draping down, and I'm just going to gently squeeze some of that excess water, but I'm still going to hold it really, really nice. You can see my water's a little bit pink. That's okay. because this is a super vibrant fuchsia pink. So I got a little bit of pink in my water. Another reason to block your item to get it wet is if your stitches are, if you aren't a super even knitter, or maybe you've gotten some stitches that are really loose and some that are a little bit snugger, the water will actually help smooth everything out and make it more even. So what we're going to do is take the hat on the towel and just roll it up a little bit so it's inside the towel, and then just kind of squeeze. So roll and squeeze. You want to get as much of the water out as you can. We happen to be in a very warm, dry place, so this hat is going to dry in no time, but getting as much water out as you can is best. Now, I could just leave it, shape it how I want it, and leave it to lay flat on the towel to dry, but I'm not going to do that because the towel is wet, and even if I put it on the dry part of the towel, as the moisture spreads from the hat to the towel, it's still touching the hat and it will dry slower. So this is where the blocking pads come in. I'm going to take a couple of my blocking pads, and they're fun like puzzle pieces. You can use 1, 2, 3, you can make them any shape you want. And I'm actually just going to put that down, and I think that should be fine. And we'll just put it on there. Actually, you know, I think it will fit on one. This is a hat for me. It's not super big. And I don't really need to change the size of this hat. It fit really well before I washed it. So I don't need to do a lot of stretching or moving or pinning. I'm just gonna lay it flat to dry. But I do notice that the stitches just look a little more relaxed, and after this hat had its bath, and it will dry and look even nicer. So, so that's what you do after you take it out of the bath. So here's the hat. We just want to lay it until it completely dries. I also wanted to mention that I think wool and animal fibers benefit most from blocking, but any fiber, cotton, even acrylics, you still have to wash them, lay them flat to dry. So these general principles will apply. So that's blocking for you. If you need to get some blocking supplies like the wool wash, and remember the brand I like is Eucalyptus, but it's a wool wash, blocking pads, and maybe in the future you'll want the blocking wires and the T-pins. Stay tuned for next week, and I'm going to block a cowl, and I'll show you one way to use the blocking wires for that. But you want to click the link below for Twisted Yarn Shop, and you can get all these things from them. You can also buy great yarns to make the things that you need to block. All right, we'll see you next time.